that can confidently perform and stay.
Searchlight, as we've seen, helps in ways that psychometric assessments just can't. And we're looking at sort of external factors, and we're looking at communication abilities, and we're looking at all kinds of things that make a right fit in an organization that your average psychometric evaluation just doesn't touch. Along those lines, if you can at the same time remove some bias from your process and encourage diversity, it's a triple win right there. And so, that kind of brings me to a question I have about Zapier's diversity initiative. It's an interesting one. You call it DIBE. Tell me about it.
Yeah, good question, Craig. It's an acronym. It stands for diversity, inclusion, belonging, and equity. And there's a very specific approach that we've chosen for our DIBE work, our diversity work here at Zapier. And the simplest way to put it is DIBE as DNA. And what we really mean by that is that when you think about like the places where, whether it's for customers or for your own workforce or other stakeholders, like where does diversity, or where does inclusion, where does belonging, like where does equity, like where does that really show up? Like it's infused, right, throughout their experience with the company, right? It's infused in the experience of using the product and how accessible it is. It's infused in the language we use, the examples we share. It is infused in how opportunities are surfaced and decisioned. It shows up every time someone's performance is evaluated. It shows up every time someone's creating an invitation list for an event or a panel. Like these are all the places. So in many ways, like, what we mean by DIBE as DNA is like, we want to basically plumb or design elements of equity and inclusion throughout, almost every conceivable part of how Zapier operates. And so we do have a phenomenal head of DIBE, Maggie Roque, here at Zapier to help orchestrate and coordinate that work. But the actual work itself is meant to be driven, throughout the company by people who wake up every day actually working on those core products, whether it's a, system for, a recruiting system or workflow, a, pay and performance workflow, a product design workflow. So that's how we've been thinking about it.